in the form of assistant, board member, and a counselor. There are three levels that they're supposedly representing universal laws of justice of all the levels. Many of these individuals are not acting within the protocol of the faith. They take the faith in their own hand, like Mirza Aghajan Kashi, and disperse the Baha'is from all over the place. They make it too bureaucratic. So, lack of an infallible being such as Abdul-Baha and Baha'u'llah and Shoghi Effendi in having universal laws of justice, which according to Shoghi Effendi very clearly says it's only a branch of the world order of Baha'u'llah, only a branch of it, not all of it. Lacking the universal laws of guardianship, so things will go wrong. I become a covenant breaker. By who? By the covenant broker, who's a broker of the faith to the people who are standing between Baha'u'llah and others. This is what has happened, my dear friends. So again, if you believe in Baha'u'llah, Abdul-Baha, Shoghi Effendi, and world order of Baha'u'llah, which consists of universal laws of justice and universal laws of guardianship, you're a Baha'i. After that, whatever you say, it's just a matter of opinion and it's fine. I've seen people, Baha'u'llah even says that. Some people, they think him is God. Some people, he thinks he's a messenger of God. He says, if you fight over this, both of you are not Baha'is. I have not fought with the administration myself at all. They are the one that attacked me. I just wrote a letter, didn't get an answer. And I've spoken about that before. So what do we do about it right now? I think this is at a junction that we have to come and try to continue the evolution of the Baha'i faith. I said before, Baha'i faith, there are many principles to it. If you heard, one of the major principles of the Baha'i faith is that this is not a dogmatic religion. It's a democratic. It's an open religion. You see? It's not dictatorial. Shoghi Effendi says any modern idea can be put into the Baha'i faith. Why? Because Baha'i faith is according to science and logic. Anything that logical and scientific is a part of the Baha'i faith. He's giving us a broad opinion. This is in the world order of Baha'u'llah. So, but what do we do now between me and the universal laws of justice? Nothing. Universal laws of justice and I doesn't exist. I have different opinions, but I'm a Baha'i. Have not they done any mistakes? They have. And you're going to tell me that, well, if you say universal laws of justice makes mistake, you are not a Baha'i. No, I am a Baha'i. I told you before, I have different opinion between me and God. I would do things differently if I was him. You're thinking I'm not allowed to say that. But I tell you, God has given me thinking power. Either I have to understand him fully and completely, then I become like him, but I'm not him. Then I have a different opinion. I have this opinion between me and Baha'u'llah, between me and Abdul-Baha, between me and Shoghi Effendi, between me and Jesus Christ, between me and Muhammad. That doesn't mean I don't love them, or I think I'm better than them. I'm saying where I am as a midget, a small, tiny, destitute human being with a thinking power, I see things is not going. So I have to express my opinion. But I'm not insisting I'm higher, better, people should come around me, none of that. Universal laws of justice is the chief, that is written all over the Baha'i faith. It's the only thing that has to be there. I'm going to be discussing these things later on to you. So as I have a lot of difference between me and the institution of Hands of the Cause. To me, they mishandled a few things. But are we here to say that then they are not Hands of the Cause? Yes, they are. Should we disobey them? No. But we're allowed to have difference of opinion. I, in the position of an elder of God, in an office that Baha'u'llah has given it to me, you don't know that I am, I'm going to tell you what this problem is with what they've done. But what they have done is the best you could do by the human being, okay? They were not infallibles. So, what do we have to do about it then? When you talk to the Baha'is about me, just say simple. Abbas and his ideas and opinions are not a part of Baha'i faith. His ideas, if it is according to the writing, well, then it is a part of the Baha'i faith, whether he says it or anybody else in the world. What's in the Baha'i faith is expressed by anybody who should accept it. Do we give him any particular status? Not really. He's an elder, he says he's an elder. Is he better than others? He says he's not. Does he have extra right than others? No. He says that he's infinitely inferior than other people, than Abdullah, because that's written in the book. But we gotta fix the problem. To fix the problem, I need help. The help I need is that those who are listening to these topics, if you want to be in the traditional league of the mankind that they follow, the dead leaders and the heroes are dead, it's okay, I have nothing to tell you. But if you want to be understanding the current problem right now, you know who I am, call me, talk to me. I tell you, it only takes, it starts from 5, it cannot take more than 20 people to pry the universal laws of justice to go on his will. All we need is a very simple audience with universal laws of justice to explain the situation. But right now, those covenant brokers in Israel, in Akka, they don't allow it. They do not allow it, because universal laws of justice is just a small, the machinery of God. But it's a baby, it's just born. That's what universal laws of justice is. It's a toddler. He's going to do a lot of things. He's going to throw a stone at me, spit at me, but I'm not going to do the mistake of Abul Qasim Khan to chase him, no. My job I've accepted to be the guardian and the caretaker of the Baha'i faith, the Baha'is and universal laws of justice. Whether the universal laws of justice want to acknowledge that or accept that or not. That does not make me anything. The very boss of everyone, the creator of the universe, has given me the authority to do it. Do I really care whatever else is saying? No, very clearly, I'm telling you, very frankly. If you don't come to me at all, I could say, God, look, boom, I'm the only one, it seems, to have understood this. I must be seriously big then. No, I'm not thinking that. I'm actually sorry that you do not understand me. And you have to understand your children's in the future have to understand me, because they're going to make again, an hallucination of me that I'm something else big and that I joined the League of Heroes. I'm even sorry for them too, because if they were man enough, they have to know who was at their own time, because Shoghi Effendi says the earth will never remain without a guardian. Always, this is continuously. Has to be. Do you know who the elder and the guardian of the time is? Go to understand him, to find him. Then you have found me. If not, my friend, you are in the league of the dead, that they're dead worshippers, even if you're coming after me. But people find out what's going on, and things will get clear. It's a pity, though, that I have to be alone here by myself. Do I get depressed? Oh, yeah. I do. But then I know God is depressed all the time. Lots of time I talk to him, I tell him Baha'u'llah. You see, the relationship of human being and God is not between you and something extraordinary big or different. I should say big, not different. It's not. It's two intelligent beings. One is God, one is Baha'u'llah, one is me. I have willpower, he has willpower. He is intelligent, I have intelligence. He has the intelligence to make that tree, I have the intelligence to make this camera. I have a willpower to make this house, he has the willpower to make this mountain. The only difference between me and him, he's just older. I'm 50 years old God, he's infinitely older. Older. But aside from that, every other things were the same thing. We make things, we change it. God does that too. He gets depressed, we get too. He's sad, we get sad. So I ask him, why can't you help me to do this? I can change Canada. He says, no, boss, that's not fair to me. I'm telling him, what do you mean it's not fair to you, Father? He says, you're telling me to take the willpower away from certain individuals on the planet and go in their dream and tell them, oh, go help a boss. And then they come and they throw themselves in front of you and give you money and everything else. Sure, things will pick up. But then they're reduced to Mickey Mouse. Then they have no willpower. If I want to make Mickey Mouse the cartoon, well, there are all those animals on the planet. They have no willpower. They do exactly as I've programmed them. Is this nice for me to keep watching the same movie that I have made and I've told everything, I've written everything, I've everything in it? No, because I know what happens. I made it myself. I want my Mickey in this cartoon not to listen to me, to be alive, to do his own thing, so it's a surprise for me. Then I'm not bored. This is why I take my willpower, he says. I gave it to you, Abbas, to every other human being, every other intelligent being in this universe. Why? Because that allows them to be a little God. So I cannot read their mind, he says. God doesn't know what are the things I'm going to do. You think he knows? I'll tell you that right now. He says no. I do not know. I have pretty good, intelligent, guess. But I do not know what you do. Somebody came to Imam Ali with an apple. It says, is this apple, my fate is to eat the apple or not to eat the apple? Because if Ali says it is, he wouldn't. If he says yes, then he would. Ali told him that if you eat it, it's your fate to eat it. If you don't, it's not your fate to eat it. What it means is that I don't know. It's the same case. God has made us the nanotechnology of his power within this universe to fix things up. He has left things undone so we can do it. So he says to me, Abbas, go and do it. The whole process of you thinking to do something, it's pleasurable to me. He says, it's so beautiful. I watched that movie. But I can't help you, because if I do, it's not help. The help is that I don't help you. So you can do it yourself. You gain power, spiritual power. And your other people. Now, your spiritual power and gaining Abbas is not depending on what you do or how much you do, in fact. It's what you're trying to do. As an individual, what you're doing, is that what can be done, then that's fine. That's the maximum. If other people join you, naturally it has to be bigger. At that point, it's not your achievement, it's their achievement. So he says to me, I'm not counting your achievement by how many people follow you or not follow you. I'm just looking at you as your own. I'm expecting you as your own to do what you're doing, and when you're the leader of 50, to act accordingly and bigger and so on. So he clearly says it is up to us. They asked the same intelligent questions from Shawri Effendi. What an answer. I wish to see him, to just kiss his hand. Oh, to tell him how big you are. What an engineer he was. Just like in a stereogram, he puts the whole thing, the institution of guardianship, the elders, everything, like in a stereogram, a picture within the picture, hidden. Only the elder of God can understand it. And I did. It's a message and a code. I got it. So Baha'u'llah says, well, purposely I did that, so you can grow and you can think. So, my office is made by him, but not myself. The difference between me and Baha'u'llah, or between me and Shawri Effendi, is that Shawri Effendi, everything is divine. It is the manifestation of God in that form. So his body, his everything. He's incapable of making mistakes. That's what Abdul-Wahab says in some answered questions. God is incapable of making mistakes. His manifestation cannot make mistakes. He's incapable. In the case of elders or hands of the cause or letters of the living, the thing is different. It's like a chair. It's sitting there. The chair is made by God. It's open to public to go take the chair. As long as I sit on that chair, I'm a elder of God. If I come away, then I'm not. So this was the case with one of the disciples of Jesus Christ. If they stay with the Christ, they're disciple, the first 12. If they're not, they leave, then they're not. This happened in Islam. This happened in Baha'i faith. One of the letters of the living did not accept Baha'u'llah. So you could call him a letter of living, but you cannot call him an elder. That is Hadi Ghazvini. And that is the conflict between the and Mr. Counselor, which he thinks the elders have to be for, considering this covenant breaker is one of the elders. I told him that's impossible. Covenant breaker cannot be an elder. So he's out. That is why others are still 5. Although one added, one went away. So God says that, Baha'u'llah tells me that. We sit down, we have a tea, coffee, every night, most of the nights. So please understand this. God is not an idea. Baha'u'llah is not an ideology, some kind of obscure, convoluted thought. He's a being. It's like you and I. He was here manifesting himself. You could see his problems. So from there you can understand, although he's the maker of the entire universe, as one intelligent to another intelligent, he versus us, we actually can talk. Just like a son can talk to God, to his father. Just imagine the father is infinitely bigger, okay? Because you're just in this life. As soon as you go out of here, then you go on forever. So he wants me to sell this plan to you. Use my brothers, my sisters, this opportunity. You don't know how big it is. How unimaginably big it is if you can understand it. Donate everything you have to this. Okay? If you take a step, contact me. It's not going to be very easy. But if you're willing and wanting, then it's nothing. It's like quitting smoking. I used to smoke. They say it's so hard to smoke. Yeah, if you're, teeter-tottering, yes. But if you decide that I don't want, then it's just simple. It's as simple as quitting, It's chip from the, that movie that they made, Matrix. It's a chip installed in your head. Take the chip of nicotine out and you're fine. This chip of the material desires in you, get it out. You contact me, I'll tell you what to do. It's very simple. All it needs, I just need a couple of people to help me out to lift the wheel of this train and put it on the rail. Because universal laws of justice is not going to knock 50 people, I'll tell you, that's the number. 50 people, call them covenant breaker if they all think like me. But it has to be under my consultations. Don't go on your own, represent yourself and trying to talk to me. I don't accept that. I'm not really a part of it. It has to be teamwork. We're not covenant breaker. One of us, like me, have went and just like a 2x4 and the saw, I got shredded. You can't commit this anymore. Universal laws of justice at this point does not have more than this capacity. If they had, they would have accepted me. They couldn't, so you contact me, 50 of us. We'll write letter, and if 50 have to be going away, it's too big. They're not going to accept it. Then I'll send a representative to talk to them to bring the detail of it. Let's just go right, create a Baha'i court, put me as a accused. Every detail that you have, I'll bring it up to prove I'm a elder of God. If I couldn't, the case is dead. I'll prove it. Bring a court, a Baha'i court. With universal laws of justice, I prove it. But if you come to me, I'll take you to Baha'u'llah. How about this? I'll actually make you to see Baha'u'llah. If I didn't, you spit on my face. Is that real? He is. But the point of the matter is that you have to move. If we move and bring the universal laws of justice behind us, we can take change, big changes, brothers and sisters. The country of Canada can come into the Baha'i faith, no problem. And once this one moves, which starts from maybe 5 people in the city, in no time they become 50, and then there are 500, and it just percolates. Then it goes to other city. Before you know, you're on TV. Before you know, it becomes a movement. 10 politicians, they come to you. Then before you know, it becomes a huger and huger and huger. It's just like those nebulonic explosion. The first electron, hydrogen, takes millions of years to get another electron to come together to create two of these electrons together. The third one comes faster, the fourth faster, the fifth. But once you become a lot of electrons, they just get massive amount of the matter among them. Boom, an explosion, a new sun is born. It's that simple. It's the first one is very hard. It took so long for me to come by. Now I gotta get the second one before I die. If they get the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, comes fast. So, then you'll see the universal laws of justice is very easy. Come by and we get rid of this covenant broker. We establish the real religion of God, the real faith of God, as it is. There will be universal house of, the national house of justice in Canada, the national house of guardianship in Canada. The whole project of this teaching will have to be under universal laws of justice. Us, we will be coordinating it with the help of national. And then if Canada goes towards it and 1 million, 2 million comes here, before you know, US and England and UK and Australia and New Zealand, this 5 Anglo-Saxon countries, they just move the country, the whole planet will be saved. I know you're thinking I'm out of my mind and I'm imagining and all that. I give you that. What can I say? I am not in my time, you see. But I cannot be in my time. If I'm in my time, I will get denied. I have to come now for the future time to understand me. You want to break this convention? You want to change things around? You're welcome to do it. But as Baha'u'llah has told me that, it's our business. I forgot to say, why am I saying this universal? Shoghi Effendi is such a huge engineer. They ask him these questions. Is Baha'i faith another religion added to the existing religion? That there are already problem, so Baha'i faith is a new problem added? Will it establish in the planet? What an answer he gives. Amazing answer he gives. You know what he says? He says, it's up to you. It's up to you, he says. He says it's up to the believers. If they want to establish it and how far they want to take it. He says it's up to us. The establishing of the Baha'i faith on the planet, he says, that's your business, your job. A revelation and bringing up as a plan of God, it's mine, he says. We make the car, the machinery as he calls it. You're the driver. If you're driving it, it'll go. If you don't drive it, it won't go anywhere. That's the same answer Baha'u'llah has given me personally. It's up to us. But I'm not judge whether this matter goes, how far it goes. You know, at the beginning of those who are coming to me, I am expecting solid hardcore who's willing to give his life just like that, because mine is ready to go anytime. If you are ready to that point to come, I will take you to Baha'u'llah. I will take you out of this plane of existence into another one. Then you wake up and then you know the whole thing is nothing but a dream. Does not have reality. Whatever you see is so real is because you're in a dream land. As soon as you die, you kind of open up your eyes and then you see, oh, there are other people around you. And say, well, I got to go to Toronto, I got to go to Guelph. And they tell you, well, there's exactly no more Guelph or Toronto or Canada. And then you say, why? They tell you, well, it takes you a few, days, let's say. It's not days, there's no days there, but it takes time for your soul to adjust itself to understand that, okay, he's dead. And then oh my God, the whole thing was a dream. It is dream because you wake up. As soon as you wake up, it becomes dream. This is why all the religion of God, they call this life a dream. So for some people, a nightmare. They ask Bob, how's the other life? He says, exactly like dream. So in your dream, I hope it's a good dream. When you wake up, that is your reality. That's what you want to be. Just like a world of dream. Everything exists just like here. But they do not have material entity. I told you before. The whole house exists back there too. But not in the form of material. The idea of this house exists there. Because you are becoming like an idea. With the idea of the house, you could go in that house idea. Because Abdul-Baha says, there's an exact counterpart. For every matter, there's also a non-matter in the spiritual world. Everything, he says. So, your spiritual self, depending who it is, it's not exactly what you are here, you're going to be there too, no. It's like a student in the class and outside of the class. The baddest student and the goodest student, they're both at the same class, same chair, enjoying the same rules, same teacher. But as soon the class is over, the guy who passed, just an example, he becomes prime minister or a doctor. The guy who fails becomes a bag, he has to go begging for money. The difference becomes huge when you leave the class. Same as here, when you live, the difference becomes huge. If you're compatible of your file, which is your soul, your CD, and your body, which is your computer, your hardware, if that file is written, a good file that's compatible to the next life, then you exist there. If you can see the truth when I'm talking to you, you have eyes. If you can hear the truth, you have ears. If you can't hear and you can't see the truth, you are blind, you are deaf. And if you can't act about it, then you have no nervous system or nothing. Then you are a total handicap. Then you are dead, in a way. Abdul-Baha says, the same difference that we have here between human, animal, birds, and everything else, he says exactly exists on the other side, because the other life is a counterpart, exact counterpart of his life. Only few people are intelligent on the other side. Example of it, again, is like the sperm into the body of your wife. Trillions of it. Trillions and trillions of sperm, of a sperm we inject in our wife's body. How many kids we have? 2, 3, 5, 10, 20? Out of trillions? The ratio is very small. Same thing. All this human being that you see is nothing but sperms, bewildering sperms, injected by God into the womb of the Mother Nature. How many of them, they're alive and become babies on the other side? Very few, my dear. Very few. But there's no restrictions on nobody. Everyone have a mind of their own, though. The religion of God is not a manipulation, it's not a politics. That I spend my money right now and try to go knock the door of Bill Gates and talk to him and force myself into it to ask him to help money. That's not going to do anything, though. Nothing. Spending a lot of money will do a lot of material things. If you want spiritual things, you have to put a spiritual money, which is your willpower, your desire, your spiritual contributions. You see, all money can do to me is that I spread the idea more so more people will be able to hear and listen. But at the end of the day, there has to be ears and eyes to hear. If in these simple videos, by now about 5,000 people have heard it in 1 year, not even a year, 6 months. So if I don't see anybody coming, what is the assurance if 20 million people have heard it is going to happen anything? So you see, money can't do anything really in this case. Now, if I use money, sure, a lot of people, they will be Baha'i. Even the Baha'is, even universal laws of justice, if they see I have $1 billion, they're going to say, ooh, this guy's dangerous now, I might do this, and may come back and somehow negotiate my eldership. That is not going to work, because now all of a sudden, spirituality entered into politics. That's political way of looking at the religion. I told you before, and a spiritual material and a spiritual product has to be dealt spiritually, not sociologically, not politically, not economically. This product is spiritual, a simplicity. You see what I'm saying? It does not have anything with the politics, secrecy, diplomacy, and all that kind of a jazz. So simple, it's so pure, so open. There's no file hidden, no secret, nothing. It's all open for everyone at any time. You could ask Baha'u'llah any question he would answer. No secret file. Because, according to us, there is no enemy. Whoever is not a Baha'i is eligible to come in. Whoever. Anybody can. There's no stoppage for anybody. Baha'u'llah says, even at a time of death, a completely wrong infidel can go to heaven. Therefore, everyone is eligible. If everyone is eligible, everyone is to be dealt the same way. So money will be in a political approach. If I have the money, a lot of people bend down in front of me, say, what elder? You call yourself God. We will accept you. Why? Because you have the almighty dollar with you. To them is the almighty dollar and almighty be God. So this is why God does not give me the money, and I know exactly why. Because he has to attract those spiritual power. Muhammad did that. The entire movement of Islam was politically approached by Muhammad because he had to create that ground in which then there are Yazids and Omar and others that they come and kill Imam Hussein, which was him too in reality, manifesting in the form of his grandson Hussein. And when Hussein was killed, the new Islam really was initiated, where the Iranian truly became Muslims. Arabs, they were not Muslim. Before, they were thinking Muhammad is somebody like Genghis Khan, some big reformers, you know, somebody. They didn't understand exactly what faith and God and this and that means. Because Iranians really went to the Islam, on the competition with the Iranian Arab, they really looked a second look at Islam and they really became Muslim. Otherwise, they have never Muslim. They would never understand it. When Hussein died, Islam began. So, where do I stop? When do I stop? Topics are too many. I will be talking a little bit next time about Azal, who is a serious covenant breaker. I will talk about Mason Rini, who was a confused Baha'i, had a wrong philosophy, a poor guy. He was even sick, had dementia. Hands of the Cross didn't know it. Why? Because they're not infallible. Shobi was there, so leave this guy alone. But they dealt with the sick man as a healthy man, and they caused all this, his confusion becomes more and more and more. This guy, what he has said in his word and talk, I'm sure God will forgive him. He did not have a bad intention at any time towards the Baha'i faith or anything like that. He was just the confused philosophers. I know some of you are saying that, oh Abbas, look at the mirror, you are one of the same thing, you're a confused philosopher too. You could say that, but remember, if you say that, you would have to be answering to God later on, and you'll find out if I was or I was not. May God be with you. Allahu Akbar.